One of the things that I hear a lot from guys is that they don't have enough time to read, and that a lot of the books that people like myself recommend are just too big. They're too daunting. And so in this video, I want to talk about 3 books that are super great manly books that will make you a better man, but that you can read in one day. So the first one is a classic. It is The Art of War. You should read this book. Why? Because it's a classic, and you can sound like a badass when you're like, oh yeah, well, Sun Tzu, says in The Art of War to begin by bluster, but afterwards to take fright at the enemy's numbers shows a supreme lack of intelligence, and then you just sound like a badass because you're quoting Sun Tzu, right? But great thing about this book is that it's literally just sayings. You don't even have to keep track of anything. Like, it's just a bunch of sayings, and they're all really good, right? But this book is super short. You can read this book in one day. So this one is the first one that I would say. You get this one under your belt, and like I say, you've got bragging rights already. You've read a classic. You've read not just a classic, you've read a military classic. And then if you commit some of these to memory, and then you start quoting Sun Tzu, dude, people look up to you and they're like, oh, okay, all right, well, Mr. This guy knows Sun Tzu over here. He's pretty smart. So Art of War by Sun Tzu, first one. Next up, no surprise if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, but The Call of the Wild. I love this book. This is one of my favorite novels ever. The audiobook, I think, is 3.5 hours long, right? So even if you can't sit down and read the whole book in a day, you can listen to the audiobook for 2 hours on your drive to work and back, and then read for an hour in the morning, read for an hour at night, and boom, you're done, right? So this book might take you a little bit longer than a day, but I love it. If you have not heard me talk about this book before, it is wonderful. I don't even like animals that much, and I freaking love this book because it's a book about the warrior spirit and about the wildness that is inside of men that needs to come out, and the aggression inside of men that needs to come out. This is a book. Jack London wrote 2 books. He wrote more than that, but he wrote 2 books that are called his mirror novels. And White Fang is about a wild dog becoming domesticated. Call of the Wild is about a domesticated dog becoming wild. And in our modern culture, we have a lot of domesticated men who need to become more wild and get in touch more with the wild side. And so I love this book. I recommend this book to everyone. I think I have 4 copies of this book, 4 different copies. It's great. I absolutely love it. So that's the next one that I would recommend. You can read it in a day. The final one that I would recommend is A Tale of Three Kings. This book should be read by everyone, period. Doesn't matter who you are, but definitely every guy. You can read this book in a day, no problem. This book will give you a kick in the butt to stop judging other people and to stop trying to control and just, I don't even know what the words are. This book will give you a kick in the pants to focus on yourself and to stop trying to judge other people's hearts and to become more concerned with your own heart, more concerned with your own actions, more concerned with your own integrity and your own responsiveness and responsibility towards God than anyone else's, because you can't do anything about their life and you're not in charge of their life. And frankly, they don't give a crap what you think. And so either they're going to obey God and their heart's going to be right before God, or it's not, and there's nothing you can do about it, and there's no way that you can know for sure. God is the only one that can know for sure. And so your job is to make sure that your heart is right before God and that you're obedient to God and that you are doing what God is telling you to do, regardless of what anyone else around you is doing. And this book is a beautiful, beautiful story of the life of David and just comparing and contrasting David and Saul and Absalom. And again, you can read it in a day, super short chapters, super easy, big text, and just astoundingly powerful book. So there you go. No more complaints. No more, all these books are too big. All these 3 you can read in a single day. You could probably read all 3 of them in the same day if you really wanted to. But The Art of War by Sun Tzu, The Call of the Wild by Jack London, and A Tale of Three Kings by Gene Edwards. Grab them, read them in a day. Tell me what you think. Leave me a comment below if you've read them already, or if you get them, come back, leave me a comment on this video. I would love to know what you think. And make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like, do all the stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.